Hey, it's Rocky here again. In this video, I'm going to answer a question that I'm constantly asking people when they post a chart in a forum or something, and they'll say, here's my chart, this is what I think's happening, can you tell me if I'm right or wrong, that sort of thing, and they're looking for feedback on their charts. And I normally start off a reply with, are you doing too much? Like, really, do you have to have so much information on your chart before you can take action, make a decision, and enter or exit the market? And I'll show you what I mean. Here's one style of chart that someone will typically post when they're looking for feedback. And you can see they'll have a trend line kind of thing here, or an arrow pointing to a low, and highs and arrows, and some kind of moving average, and there's a trend line there, and you've got this indicator. This is on NinjaTrader, but it doesn't really matter what platform you're using. I see this all the time. So you've got cluster of resistance is a blockage of energy. Really? Seriously? They're trying to make something out of this that it's not. Cluster of energy. Seriously, right? Then you got this, whatever line here is, and weak momentum resistance, and you've got all of these things on here. And this is a very basic one. I'll show you some more that just boggle my mind. People look at this stuff and they go, oh, I don't know what to do. And this is why you don't know what to do. You got a line here that stops it there but doesn't stop it here, and I look at this, and honestly, this is how I used to trade. I used to have all these indicators on my chart, and I have some would be saying to buy, and some would be saying to sell, and some would just be inconclusive. So I was always paralyzed and just sitting there watching it going up and down. I couldn't make a decision. And then with hindsight, I could see that, yeah, well, okay, there was a trade there, but it's too late when it's over. What you ideally need to be doing is identifying the start of a trend and then deciding whether to get on it or not. That's your main decision. Get on or not, and then at the end, get out or not. And this makes it quite difficult. So if you look at the next one, again, we've got candles, some kind of line coming down here, and a line here, and up it comes back down. Well, like, I can look at that and say, okay, we've got a higher swing high and a higher low, and if we put our line across from here to here, it looks like we have a space. So I can say, using my system, that yes, if it goes up here, that's a valid entry. But then you've got all of this other rubbish, I don't know what this is. I have no idea what all this is. It's just extraneous stuff. And like, okay, so maybe it says to buy when you go above this line or something, but then sometimes it'll go above this line and it won't signal to buy. Who knows? It can go back down again. So using what I've shown you, there's nothing to do here. You're just sitting there watching the markets going sideways. Then we have a nice high swing high, high swing low, space back here, and then once it goes up here, that's a valid signal using our system, and then away it goes, and up we go here. Who knows where it's going to go, but mechanically that this is okay. Whereas when you're looking at all this other stuff, who knows? It's all trying to confuse you. And this is where I see so many people getting trapped. You'll see here 5 energies align at same time. Starting new trend, well, we've said that here. Momentum moves above zero and holds above zero. Okay. Cycle low for timing. Support at 50% Fib retrace. Momentum and cycle of high time frame. So he's got all these things here. Okay, so that all kind of makes sense. But you don't need all this stuff. All you need is the price action. I love this one. I've seen charts like this from people again and again, and they're saying, I don't know what to do. What should I do? And I look at this and just shudder and think, what are you doing to yourself? It's just crazy. And one of the things that you'll notice on this is we've got a black background and green and red for the bars, for the candles. Now, for reading, perception, comprehension, you need a white background. So if you've got a black background on your charts, just by changing to a white background, you're probably going to get better because your comprehension is going to be better. That's why newspapers aren't black with white writing. That's why books are written on a white background with black letters. Having a black background just makes everything harder to see and comprehend and understand. So if you have a black background on your charts now, get rid of that and put a white background in, and the candles are fine like that. But again, very cluttered chart. You've got all this stuff going on here. It just defies belief that anyone can look at this and trade. And here we have just such a wonderful chart. I had to put this in because I couldn't believe that this person has set this up here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 indicators externally to the chart. Then we've got trend lines here, what looks like Bollinger Bands on there. We've got moving averages, we've got another moving average here, we've got up and down volume. So there is so much noise on this chart, it astounds me that anybody could ever do any kind of correct analysis with it. And maybe if you're doing this now and it's working for you, that's cool, that's fine. You might want to incorporate what I share with you in your trading and see how that helps you. But if you're looking at something like this and trying to find setups in it, you're fighting a losing battle. You're wasting your time looking at this stuff with all of these other indicators, trying to find a setup when you should be looking for something that has a history of trending and then waiting for it to trend and then getting on it. So let's quickly look at setting the criteria for this essentialism type analysis. If you're making your trading criteria both selective and explicit, it gives you a systematic tool for discerning what is essential and what is not. So the essentials, the things you have to have for a valid setup, are a higher swing high, a higher swing low than the previous low, and a space in price between the higher swing low and the previous swing high. And then once that higher swing high is taken out or exceeded, you have a valid entry. The non-essentials are everything else. So all of that stuff there, non-essentials. All it's going to do is confuse you and mess you up. And here's the essentials. We have an entry here, which came back down, and then there was nothing in it. Then we have an entry here, and then it went down, and it came back up. And there may or may not have been anything in this one as well. Then we have our third one here, which goes up, comes back down, big space in price, takes it out here, and then as you can see, we've gone from $20 to $27 now. So that's nearly 50%. So this is the essentials. Nothing else, just the line and the bars. If you can analyze the market using this essentialist mindset, you're going to have less distractions, you're going to have less stress, you're going to be using mechanical entries that either work out great or not. And if you go back and look at the charts that you look at, and just go back and back test this and see how it's worked out for you, look for things that trend and then apply this, and I think you'll be very happy with your results. So if you like this kind of stuff, I think you'll really like my Trend Traders program, where I take you through exactly how to do this step by step, bar by bar, and show you all of the nuances and all the other things you need to know to really nail this and get it perfect. So if you'd like to know more about the Trend Traders Club, there's a link below this video. Just click on that link and you can watch another video that explains all about what's involved in the Trend Traders Club membership and how you can get involved. So thanks again for watching this video, and regardless of whether you become a Trend Traders Club member or not, I really hope this video has helped you. Take care, and we'll talk again soon.